how did Ratio Christi begin? A few Appalachian State University students, Randy Hardman and Meredith Cheek, both recognized a major problem on their campus. There were serious intellectual questions about Christianity being asked, and nobody was answering them. So after some prayer, planning, and persistence, they started an apologetics club in the spring of 2008. Hardman began leading weekly meetings on the campus with about 10 students. They probed questions about God, science, scripture, and philosophy. The club took off, and one member, Brendan Helms, decided to take it with him to grad school at Southern Evangelical Seminary, SES. Randy and Brendan then met several times over the summer to plan an expansion of the club and decided to form a partnership with SES. But the club needed a new name, something simple. They landed on Ratio Christi, meaning the reason of Christ in Latin. Soon, there were chapters at App State, UNC Charlotte, NC State, Ohio State, and Texas A&M. By 2010, not only did dozens more emerge, but there was one even in South Africa. The realization then came that Ratio Christi needed more than just part-time student and volunteer commitment. They needed independence, and they needed missionaries. They became independent from SES, and in February 2011, it became an autonomous 501c3 with its own board and a president, Rick Shanker. Within the first 90 days, it raised $40,000 and tripled the number of chapters. Within months, the board approved a plan to expand RC by developing a supported missionary model so that hundreds of trained apologists could become full-time missionaries on the university campuses. Discussing apologetics was no longer an interest, it was a vocation. In addition to university students, we began RC College Prep to help high school students defend the faith and enter the universities not only to survive, but to thrive. The first president has since passed away, but in April 2015, I became the second president and we began reaching professors with RC Prof. If we can reach the professor, then we can get their classroom too for 30 years. We maintain strong relations with numerous seminaries from which we recruit and send students. We also partner well with other leading campus ministries, apologetics ministries, and churches. At the university, Ratio Christi chapters meet weekly to explore questions about God, truth, and the meaning of life. Many of our chapters have more non-believers than they have believers, and we seek to debate and dialogue tough issues, generating more light than heat. We host big events like debates with Christian thinkers such as William Lane Craig and conferences on things like human sex trafficking and slavery, somehow always getting back to the question about the reason of Christ. RC is on the cutting edge of campus apologetics evangelism, something no other ministry is doing. What separates us from standard apologetics ministries is that we're on the campus. And what separates us from standard campus ministries is that we do apologetics evangelism. We're a special ops ministry focused intently on equipping students and faculty with historical, scientific, and philosophical reasons for following Jesus. Our vision is thoughtful Christianity, transforming lives on campus today, changing culture tomorrow.